Hey everybody, my name is Ethan and I'm from Rec Room Recording. And I just want to take a little bit of time to talk to you guys about how to make money as an artist. So 2 weeks ago we had sent out a quick poll in our Instagram and Facebook and just wanted to know what would you guys like to hear about? And a lot of people, put down that they wanted to learn about how to make money as an artist. So this is just a brief discussion this week. Planning to go live every day this week, Monday through Friday at 12:30 during kind of lunch. I'm a little early. I accidentally started the live early, so which is okay. So the main topic is, how to make money with your art. So before I get into that, we are having a really cool recording workshop this Saturday, and it's just the basics of learning how to record. We're going to be recording an artist live. Her name is Lauren Grace, and we're going to be spending 2 days in the studio. And that sign up is in our bio. So it's our link and also on Instagram. And YouTube, I'm able to kind of post that now, kind of thing. So with that in mind, just wanted to get started here really quick. Let me grab my phone to make sure that everything's kind of working okay. With just, basically how do you make money as an artist. So the first thing that I wanted to talk about, and I'm just going to kind of cruise over to my notes, is 3 things you want to be able to do before, right? So this first thing I want to talk about is being like a hired gun. So like being a hired musician in either a studio setting, a tour setting, just different things where you're able to just kind of be brought in and you're able to be hired to, essentially play on a song or, a few songs. And so there's just a few things that you would have to do to be able to do that is one, play with a metronome. So, most modern songs today, you have to play with a click track, and that's just a basic thing that you would have to do. Second thing is, being able to record yourself would be a big plus. Now you can go to a studio and we can record live, which is really cool. But also, a big thing is to be able to record yourself at home. That would be awesome if a lot of times as a producer, I'll just be able to fly in tracks and I'll be having, a guitarist here and maybe, I don't know. I've worked with just a lot of people locally, but a lot of them will fly in tracks to me from their house, and then it makes it way faster than us coming into the studio and just kind of setting things up. The other thing is that would be big just to have as just like a baseline to start out is a good portfolio. So talking about you need to play to a metronome, you need to be able to record yourself, and then having a portfolio to showcase your work. Now this can be anything between like maybe doing a reel on Instagram or TikTok showing you playing guitar. This could be having your own website. This could be having YouTube videos, just showcasing what you can do. So what I wanted to kind of move into next is, where can you get hired and, what can you expect to get paid as a studio musician? So there's 3 places you can get hired. You could get hired online, so through places like SoundBetter, Air Gigs, Fiverr, Upwork. You could get hired in a studio setting, so, Rec Room Recording is a studio. We hire out studio musicians. There's a list for that, and we pull people from that. And then you can also get kind of hired on, let's say, to play a gig or a tour. So that's more on the live side. So just a few examples of that, right? With Rec Room Recording, a lot of times we'll have singer-songwriters come in, and we will pull from our studio musician list when someone needs like a mandolin player, a guitar player, a electric guitar player, a bass player, a drummer. A lot of times, with my own music that I record at the studio, I'll be hiring out like a drummer, maybe adding in like another, instrumentalist. All those things are great in the studio environment. Now online, SoundBetter, Air Gigs, you basically have a profile. So when I was talking about having the ability to record yourself, having the ability to be able to have a good portfolio, that's all important. Because online, on SoundBetter or Air Gigs, right, you're showcasing yourself, and people will listen to your portfolio and see if they want to hire you. And then being hired in as like a musician on a tour or as in a live gig, that's another thing, right? People will look you up maybe on YouTube or see your Instagram and want to see you play. And a lot of times when you get hired in on like a tour, like I have a friend, his name's Tate. He gets hired in to play. He's a phenomenal guitar player, but also he's a cool guy. Like he's a good hang. Like a lot of people like talking to him. That's a important thing as a musician for that. So thinking back, the three places that and there's many more, and if you want, you can comment more places that you would think you could get hired in. But being hired online, being hired in person at a studio, or being hired in like a tour setting. So just a few tips to kind of stand out if you're wanting to make money as a guitar player, a vocalist, a bass player. You kind of want to niche down to one instrument, right? So you know if someone says they can play everything, I mean, that's kind of hard for us as a studio or even online for someone to be like, okay, well, are they good at everything? Do they know how to play guitar just as well as they know how to play drums? So niching down to one or two instruments that you're really talented at is a great idea. Um, kind of harping back, on portfolio, but having an awesome portfolio is another way to stand out, right? So you've kind of niched down. Let's say, you're a guitar player that plays classic rock and maybe indie rock. And you've niched down and you play electric guitar, and you have maybe it's reels or something or a website that shows you playing those genres. It's a lot easier to pick you as a studio musician. And then the other thing, just to stand out, is right getting along with people. So a lot of times people network going to concerts, going to shows, things like that. They want to play with other bands, right? I mean, getting along with people, building their trust is a big thing. It's a way to stand out instead of just blindly cold messaging someone and saying like, hey, could I play in your band? Could I do this? Could I do that kind of thing? It makes it to where it's a little easier that way. So yeah, that's just a few tips to stand out. Now, in terms of money, right? For the studio, we've paid someone anywhere between $50 a song to $300 a song as a studio musician. It's a little different online, right? Online is sometimes the race to the bottom. So people will offer $10 to do a vocal line. I wouldn't suggest doing that. That just doesn't really help anybody, and it just makes you not look as professional. But where I was kind of going with that is that you can make a decent living per song, and I would suggest charging per song, especially starting out. Charging hourly is a little trickier, especially if you're still learning the ropes of being a studio musician. But yeah, that's kind of like the standard rate, anywhere between $50 and $300. And that also kind of depends on the complexity. Let's say someone wants to hire you as a vocalist, and they want a lead line and harmonies and vocalization, things like that. That's going to be a little more expensive, right? Or if, let's say my friend Victor Lee, he's an amazing electric guitar player. And he can just, shred. And hiring his services to do a solo might be $200-$300, right? But he's a professional. But if someone just wanted you to play rhythm guitar, right, that may not be as expensive. So that rate kind of varies. And when thinking about a rate, right, you want to think about the time that's going to take you to do the part. You're talking about practicing, learning the part, writing the part, and then going in and recording the part. So that's when, when someone's saying, $10 to record a guitar part, I mean, they're making maybe $2 an hour kind of thing. So thinking through that is just makes it easier. So yeah, so just to review, the first thing about kind of, the first idea that we had to talk about was making money as a studio musician, since we have a lot of those here. And so to review, you can be hired in at a studio. You can be hired in online through this place I talked about with Sound Better and Air Gigs. And then, you can be hired in on a tour, even just playing with your friends. And like I talked about, a portfolio is important. Playing to the metronome is very important, and being able to record yourself. I really appreciate you watching this live stream. If you guys want and you are interested in something like that, being a studio musician or kind of a hired gun in the instrument space, if you want, you can send us a message directly to our Instagram, Facebook. You can comment on YouTube. You can even send us a message on our website, which is recroomrecording.com, and just let me know, your name, your email, and what instrument you play that you would specialize in, and what kind of genres, and we could definitely talk about adding you to our list, our growing list of studio musicians. And just another reminder that we are having that recording workshop, which is going to be a lot of fun. Like I said, we're going to be recording an artist live. Her name's Lauren, and we're going to do from start to finish, between recording, editing, mixing, mastering, the whole thing on one song over this whole weekend. So that's going to be February 26th and 27th, and the link is in our bio. in Instagram and Facebook, and I'll put it down below in the comments on YouTube. So yeah, thanks a lot for watching. Tomorrow we'll be kind of talking about something that a lot of people are kind of interested in nowadays. It's sync music. So how to make money with songs that you've already recorded or songs that you're going to record in the future by synchronizing them to TV. So right, TV shows and movies. So I'll be here 12:30 again, and I hope to see you there.